Thanks for being here again. I appreciate your time. So now I'm going to show you how to remove the inducer, and then we're going to talk about the inducer. So inducer motor, honestly, if I am in my furnace, I'm an HVAC guy, But if your HVAC guy is your friend, he's a nice guy. Tell him if this guy is 10 years old, just change it. It's enough. I mean, can you imagine this thing could be anywhere from $80 to maximum $350? And if you tell him to change it while he's doing the maintenance, it's much cheaper. Because sometimes people can be paying $800 for this. When you call them when it's like 20 outside or 10 or single digit or zero, you call them, they are all swamped. And they're not going to come to your home, take their time, drive. Sometimes they have to drive an hour or 30 minutes. And also don't forget, something people don't know. When we go to get parts, especially after the virus, when we used to go get the part, sometimes we have to wait online. When it's really freezing, everybody is busy. So you call someone very busy, making a lot of money, and this thing goes bad. You think they're going to change this? Same exact when it's 70 degrees and they have nothing to do. They're not going to... It's a completely different world. When you call them, when it's freezing and they have to wait in line, and a lot of time parts are not available, by the way. I mean, I'm telling you, this is, any way you think about it, is a disaster. So you don't want to get caught in that area, in that situation where it's 10 below and everybody's busy, there's no more parts. We learned from coronavirus before, we were always afraid parts cannot be there. We have that thing in our mind. So you call someone, it's 10 below, that now they don't have the part. You have to wait maybe a week. So when it's nice outside, it's 70 degrees, April, May, whatever, the company call you, hey, we coming to do the maintenance. You tell them, hey guys, please, whatever is old, I don't want to take any chance. Think it's like an insurance. I pay for my insurance for decades. I barely used it twice, but I know it's there when I need it. So tell them, hey guys, this motor, whatever, this is 10 years old, just replace it, please. And they're not going to charge you too much money because, again, they're going to just charge you because, I used to work for a company from 1999 to 2001. And when we are not busy, my boss used to send me home. He used to send everybody, hey guys, you know what? Let's go home. It's 12 o'clock. But they rather be busy. So tell them, hey, go ahead and please, this motor is old. If you feel any small noise coming from it, tell them, please replace it. Anything you think is gonna, tell the technician, anything you think is gonna fail when it's 10 degrees outside or when it's 100 degrees, please just replace it and tell me how much. Believe me, it's much cheaper when you call them an emergency. And also, it's much doable because they have nothing to do. They can get it next day, not like 1 week. And a lot of times, believe it or not, some technician get offended. Like it's 10 below, we're so busy, and I go to your home, and that thing is only $80. So I have to drive and get it. I should charge, let's say $95 an hour. They think they're supposed to charge you $300 something, $400. But you don't understand, you interrupt their schedule. They're very busy, so they feel offended. They're going to have to charge you at least $800 because they are making money in other jobs. So to turn around and leave the job behind them and come to you and charge you like a regular hour, they can't. So again, you have to take advantage of maintenance. Tell them, my friend, this igniter is 10 years old. Replace it. Don't take a chance. It's not worth it. The igniter is going to cost you only like $30 because he is going to pick up the inducer anyway, and he's in your home anyway. It's much cheaper to change everything: the flame sensor, the igniter, the pressure switch. It's much, because all these stuff, they don't cost you $100. The pressure switch, the igniter, especially Amana parts are very cheap. So tell them, hey, while you're there, while you're changing my inducer motor, which is 10 years old, it's working now, but I don't want to take a chance. Why don't you at the same time change my igniter? Because a lot of people go on YouTube, and they're so proud. Hey, I saved $6. Can you believe? I saved $6. Look, the flame sensor, I took it myself. And also I saved $2 because I didn't have to buy a floss, right? I used $1. Yeah, I had $1. So I saved $8. My kid, so they're so proud of themselves. They saved $8 that's supposed to last for 10 years. I would rather pay $50 for a brand new one because I want to make sure that it's going to last me 10 years. Because when you clean it, it doesn't mean it's new. It's gonna be less sensitive, and you are gambling. But however, when we go to eat pizza, excuse my language, no offense. We want to go to the most expensive pizza, the dip dish. We want to spend so much money on food and clothes, but when it comes to our comfort, we want to save we want to cheap on it. That's not a good idea, my friend. You have to treat your furnace very good. Be generous with it. And if you know a good technician who's honest, who do a good job, don't cheap on him. When he tells you something, give him the money. At least you know he's honest. And then don't cheap on it. Whatever they tell you, hey, I have a lot of customers. I go to them, I say, hey, I'm going maintenance. I'm going to replace all these for you. It's much cheaper. They like it. A lot of customers tell me, go for it. Because again, we're not talking about changing engine for a car like $7,000. It's only, these are much cheaper because I'm going to make the trip to go get the inducer motor for you. And anyway, a lot of customer I know, it's a dirty secret. A lot of customer I know, I tell them, hey, you have a warranty for 10 years, and this inducer is about, it's working, but we can go get a brand new one for free. You just pay me for my labor. They like it. Again, a lot of technicians will hate me, but I'm just telling you this because these customers, I know them for decades. They call me. They never call anyone else, so I treat them good. I tell them, hey, since I'm here, I'm going to go get one new and do some more because it's kind of start making noise and it's 10 years. And they save a lot of money because if this fail after the warranty is done and they call me like 12 o'clock at night or maybe it's 10 below or something, I'm going to have to charge them a lot of money. And they don't care. They pay. They like it because I'm there for them when they need me. But still, they save more money if I tell them, how to do these things. So anyway, it's a long story. There's a lot of information. I don't want to take a lot of your time, but hopefully it's making some sense to you. So the inducer motor, when it's humming, a lot of time when you feel like this, could be a couple things. The bearings are seized, are just they're dry. Sometimes just a drop of oil you put on it here. Excuse me. It might a drop of oil. You put it. I'm gonna have to find my oil. A drop of oil you put it here on the bearing as much you can, or sometime inside. And there's another bearing. I will show you after I remove it. You put some drop of oil on it, and then sometimes you have to push it with a small, tiny screwdriver as much as you can, just so it's gonna release itself. But again, this is not. Excuse me. It's not long-term repair, but at least you can have some heat. And then, excuse me. And then, this is one thing. Second thing could be a bird. A lot of time, technicians who are listening to me, they know what I'm talking about. Birds looking for a warm place, they go into the chimney. If you don't have a chimney that resists birds, mice, bats, whatever, the bird is looking for a warm place, and they keep going downward, and they have no way to go, and they think they're gonna get out, but they're gonna stuck in here, and they're gonna die. A lot of time, people call me if I'm late. The bird already dead, and it's already decompositing, whatever you call that word. My English is not perfect. It starts to break apart. You can smell the dead body. So I will show you how to remove that and clean it. And a lot of time when it's humming, it could be that no matter what you put oil, stuff, it will never work. Some of them, they have a capacitor like this one. This is a capacitor. Let me see if you can see it. It's a small guy here, right? So this capacitor can be bad. Sometimes you can see it pops, or the other ones have oil. This one doesn't. And the other thing is, it's not doing anything. You check the power, you see there's 120 volt coming to it. Remember, only the igniter and the inducer motor has 120 volt. You see 120 volt is not doing anything. That means the winding is completely burned and it's open. And sometimes it's the opposite. You can feel the circuit breaker can be going off because there is shortage. So let me show you how to remove it quickly. And there are two connections here. I'm going to turn the power off just in case, right? So these are two connections here. I hate when they do them, so hard to remove. And then there is a hose of the pressure switch. So this comes off. I prefer, guys, you wear a mask because you don't want to breathe that insulation. Because sometimes they have a small washer insulation to seal it, and it's made out of some kind of fiberglass. You don't want to smell it. So basically, there are like 4 screws, as you see, right? And then I think there are 3 already on here. So there's another one in the bottom. Okay, so this comes off. And that's what it is, right? See, that's what I was talking about. You don't want to breathe it, becomes airborne. I usually grab a paper towel and I make it wet, right, with some water and wipe it so it doesn't become airborne, which is a better idea, you know. See, I do it like this. So when you wipe it, it just stick on the paper towel and you're good. Now you can check if there is something stuck in here. Sometimes you can see dirt. A bird you can see the bird here sometimes, you know. So that's what you do. And then if you try to lubricate it, it doesn't move. And you try to put the screwdriver here to somehow release it when it's stuck, right? Like this, right? You try to push it a little bit so it doesn't release. If you don't have a good grip on it, you can't. What you're gonna do, you're gonna put oil as much as you can. If you see the bearing from here, you can put oil on the bearing, and there's another bearing in here. Try to put oil. Then, since you have it outside, now you can have a better grip and try to release it. And if it moves a little bit, you keep putting oil, you're good. But again, you didn't fix it. Remember, it might last for a day, 2, a week. But that's a good time for you to get a new one, okay? So that's what you need to know. And when you put it back as much as you can. Now, if that insulation I was talking about is all gone, it came off, you have no more insulation, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. You can put it without that insulation washer, but at least you can have some heat, especially when it's freezing and you have kids or family or something. Okay, so this is how you put it back. And first, always put the top screw at the beginning, so it's gonna hold it, right? And a lot of times, if you wanna buy this yourself, if you go to heating supply, unfortunately, most heating supply that we deal with, they don't sell to the public. So if you cannot find, if you want to buy it by yourself and you don't want to pay for a company, you can go on Amazon. You know, a lot of places, Poshmark, Macari, Bonanza, they might be selling used one or new one. So you can buy, for the public. But the heating supply, the local ones, they don't sell to public. So you can go there, they're going to say, sorry, you're not a contractor. But at least, but if you are like me, honestly, I don't have time. I mean, even my car, I can fix it myself, but I don't have time. I go to the dealer, I tell them, hey, whatever it is, just fix it and finish with. But again, this is life. Every 10 years, you have to spend some money on heating. But remember, heating doesn't cost us like a car. It doesn't cost like a house. You're talking about a system that can cost you, if it's a small house, anywhere from $7,000. Big house, I would say maximum $15,000. But that's gonna last you for 20 years, right? Car doesn't last 20 years. Anything doesn't. Honestly, the furnace can last for 20 years. But if you think how crucial and how important is the furnace, you want to be comfortable in the winter, comfortable in the summer. every day, almost like 200 days a year, no matter where you live, right? So be generous with it, and we're good. Now we're gonna go ahead and start attacking the burners compartment. Okay, thanks for your time.